Okay. I don't know where to go, though. While I walk, is there any button I can press on my controller that obviously does anything other than zooming my map in and out? Oh yeah, and I can do this. I don't know what it does to do this, but I did it. I already went, did I go this way fully? Yeah, because that just loops me around, right? I think?
I'm not sure.
Hold on, am I crazy or is this guy slower?
I think he's slower. I was thinking that as I was watching you start to move him. I was like, he looks slower.
He feels like he's like kind of jutting forward and back a little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he is.
Is she doing that? No, she's totally faster than him. Okay, hold on, the loop was that way?
I think so. Are we lost?
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, okay.
I'll tell you. First, we must make our way to one of the elves' healing altars.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate they gave me that cutscene, otherwise I'd be a little lost.
Yeah. Random loading screen.
You know what? Pretty short loading screens for GameCube.
Pretty decent.
I don't have great memories of GameCube loading screens being that brutal, either than... What was that game? There's like a Harry Potter game I played on GameCube that had the most abominable loading screens.
Ah, I see you have found our campsite.
Oh no! I might have to mosaic this.
Yes, we did shelter here from Saruman, but to no avail. His spies spotted us miles away.
If you can see the movie, then hey, look, it's the movie. If you can't see the movie, then they're all fucking folks. I gotta mosaic this. It's an orgy.
But we pressed on, forsaking the easy southern route for a more dangerous passage over the mountains.
Does this have any relevance to what's going on?
That route was denied.
No, I don't think so. You found... I mean, it said that you found their camp. So maybe it's just... Gandalf's just like reminiscing like a senile old man right now.
Orion. We are not far ahead of your brave company.
Oh! So you're literally like behind them.
Oh, so you're telling me that the whole movie, there's this group of dorks following just behind who couldn't manage to keep up?
The main characters, yes.
Oh my god.
The like the Wish version of the Fellowship are just chilling out behind them. So this is meant to be Weathertop then, which is where their camp was. Is this meant to be Weathertop maybe? I don't know.
So,
Sauron's staring at you again.
I'm trying to... Oh, he is. Party troll mud pit. Pit mud? What?
The fact that you said the word party at the start of that made it sound so much worse.
Yeah.
A party troll mud pit.
Hey, hold. Oh fuck, that went away. I gotta find fingies. Rings. So, this gives me 1 armor? Is there no unequip? There is no unequip. View. I wanted. I'm blind. Where's finger?
It was called something of warding, wasn't it? I think. Keep going down. That one?
Ah.
Lothlorien Ring of Spirit Warding.
Oh, I can hold this. Okay, dexterity and spirit, resistant to air. I should have been doing this with all of the equipment. Fuck me. Okay.
Well, now we know. It's all good.
Yeah. We learned early enough that nothing has gone horrifically wrong yet.
Mm-hmm. You haven't died yet, so...
Okay, so I'm trying to remember my names of Lord of the Rings characters. And I feel awful for forgetting this because I absolutely should know his name. But the Frodo Baggins. Okay, that was his name. Frodo Baggins. So is Frodo a halfling?
Yeah, Frodo is a hobbit, yes.
He's a hobbit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so are hobbits in Lord of the Rings little folk who live in like little kind of hovels that with like soot and soil over the roof of it? Usually live out in nature. They are barefoot, hair over the tops of their feet.
Yes, hairy feet. They live in like, I guess it's technically said that they live in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
But they're very nice holes. They're like they're quite house proud hobbits. They have very nice, cute little houses in these little hills and stuff in in the Shire mostly is where the hobbits live, and the Shire's quite big.
Okay.
There's different areas of it, and you've got different types and like families of hobbits that live in different locations. Some of them live near water, some of them live more like in like sort of foresty bits and stuff like that. But yeah, so he's Frodo Baggins of the Shire is Frodo.
And they're generally friendly, affable, not particularly warlike, agile. Their homes are like the little burrows.
Yeah,
that kind of
in the
thing.
Lord of the Rings, they're generally described as they kind of keep themselves to themselves. They're quite suspicious of anything overly exciting.
Yeah. Not super adventurous, usually.
Not super adventurous, yeah. When strangers come in, everyone kind of stares at them and is like, who is this person?
They always keep a garden.
Yes, very much.
Okay. How hobbits are described sounds basically exactly like what in Dungeons...
Random.
Cameras is first...
Random fixed camera angle.
Yeah, like an hour into the game, we suddenly have a fixed camera angle with very odd controls. It wasn't tank controls like you might think for a fixed camera. It was still like whatever direction you're pressing, you go in. But as soon as it went from third person to fixed, I just started running the wrong way because that's where my control stick was pointed. Right, yeah, so the way you just described hobbits sounds exactly like what a halfling would be in Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, hobbits are halflings. They are referred
to
as such.
Good to know, because I know that, oh, hey, look at an archer actually in an archery position.
Oh, yay, good.
Do you think that only my archer can hit him?
Oh, I'm guessing so.
Well, I probably should have left him alive to test. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. My party blocked him. Oh, well, whatever, it's a sweep.
We're very close to the perfect thing.
Yes, we are. I've noticed that level ups fully heal us.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
God, we level up a lot.
Yeah, hobbits are known as halflings, but I mean, Tolkien invented hobbits.
Yeah.
And the term like halfling to go alongside it, I think so.
Yeah, and in fairness, Dungeons and Dragons is largely just based off Tolkien. But okay, do you know the origin of the actual first edition of Dungeons and Dragons and why the rules are so brutal and weird?
No.
It was a Civil War reenactment game that got where the battle system got reworked into a fantasy RPG. So the reason that like you hear stories about how wizards in first edition were incredibly fascinating in that they're super, super fragile. They can only cast like one spell a day when they're a low level. They only have 1 to 3 hit points before they get knocked unconscious and or die. And when you die in old D&D, you delete your character.
Oh, God.
And so, like, when you met a player who legit had a high-level wizard character that he plays, it's like, wow, that dude has some stories. The reason why they hit so hard but had long reload time and unbelievably low health, it was a 1-to-1 conversion of Civil War era artillery. Wizard was just an artillery cannon they renamed.
That makes sense. I haven't played D&D. It's something I've always wanted to do. I've never
Very
really
fun.
known people. Well, I do know people that play it, but I've just never really gotten around to sort of getting into it, you know? But I kind of assumed that if your character died, it would be dead forever anyway.
Yeah.
I kind of just assumed that was still the rule. Is it not the rule anymore?
I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with D&D since high school, which was like 4th edition. And I know that things have changed a lot since then, and a lot of rules have changed, and it's become... I don't know if I want to say more mainstream, maybe more mainstream, just because nerd culture type things in general are more mainstream now. A lot of edges have been sounded down.
Yeah.
In some ways, in good ways, and in some ways, in bad ways. But you can still, the wonderful thing is you can always still just play the old editions, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You can play it how you want.
Yeah, and you can house rule as much as you want too, because that's part of the beauty of tabletops and board games and whatnot is house rule. You know, these orcs are getting pretty easy.
You're just obliterating them.
Didn't take long before we could one-shot him.
Well, it's kind of pathetically easy at this point.
So, have you noticed that when I run and wave the sword around in my hand, sometimes, it's not doing it now because it wants me to look like a liar, sometimes there'll be an after image of the sword as if I'm swinging it.
Oh, I need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, keep an eye for that, because I saw it earlier and I don't think I'm hallucinating. I'm probably not hallucinating right now.
You're hopefully not hallucinating right now.
Yeah, if I'm hallucinating, then my neck's worse off than we thought.
I'm just staring really intently at the screen now.
Sorry, I should whip around the camera less. It's very sensitive, this camera, in case you're wondering. Like, I'm not pressing the stick all the way. I'm pressing it, like, just very lightly to get it moving, because if I go all the way...
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like vertigo.
Okay, so there's a flashing red thing on the map. And there's
Ooh.
that little watery orb. I think that means there's a boss fight right here.
That's the Palantir, yes.
Yeah. Is there any
The
preparation?
Palantir is I don't know if you've ever seen images of Saruman, Christopher Lee's character from the film, but like there's a famous image of him where he's got his hand over like this globe, this glass like ball. Looks like a seeing glass thing. You know what I mean? Looking glass ball.
Whoops,
Future
didn't mean to use
thing.
that. There's no confirmation.
But that's the Palantir. So
I do believe I have seen that. I have a vague memory of this. However, I cannot see. Oh, hey, look, there it is. I can't
Palantir, yes.
see that. Have I told you that I have aphantasia?
No.
Okay, do you know what aphantasia is?
No.
You know how you can picture things in your head?
Yes.
I can't. So this is something that like 2% of the population has or so.
No way.
But so it's not terribly uncommon actually. 2% sounds like it's not much, but like any Twitch stream you've ever done with 200 people, if you bring up aphantasia and explain what it is, you'll have at least one person say, "Oh my god, I have that. I didn't know that was a thing." I know because anytime people ever bring it up with me on stream, the same thing happens. Tons of people have discovered they have aphantasia through my stream. Basically, mental visual clarity is a skill that most kids naturally build when they grow up, and you can get better at it just through practice. But some people start with it so basic or rudimentary that you don't have that starting point to build up from, and you never learn. But because that's such a thing that you've probably never thought about before, and many people don't think about, you don't realize that's something you can be missing. And so people with aphantasia usually don't learn that they have it until they're much older. I learned when I was 20 because I was just goofing around with my friend Brandon, and I was talking about how, like, you know, what's with that phrase, like, picture this? You can't literally picture it. And he's like, yeah, but you can, like, picture. And eventually I realized, oh, you mean like you can see things in your head? Like I always thought picture this just meant like think about this, you know, like just to turn a phrase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, it turns out people can. Yeah.
There's different degrees of that as well because
yeah. Some people are very good at it and some aren't.
Yeah, I remember reading about that idea of like picturing something in your head. It wasn't all that long ago. And there's varying degrees of it. I think the post or whatever I was reading said try and like picture an apple in your head.
And then turn it.
Yeah, and then when you imagine it, like what level of detail do you see in the apple? Like some people can see some people will just think the word apple. They can't picture the apple, they'll just think the word apple in their head. Some people will see like a kind of a red-ish like kind of lump to sort of be an apple.
What are you doing?
You want to be sure they're good and dead. Some are mighty hard to kill.
Not even these sacred places are safe.
How do I know I can trust this one?
I vouch for him. In the name of the Lady of the Galadrim.
That is good enough for me.
Why did he not trust us now?
I don't know.
Where did you get those wounds?
At the hands of a Mordor orc, whose life I intend to shorten considerably. In the pass of Gahadras, we were attacked by goblins. All but the orc.
Good stool.
Something of great value.
Who is this wee ranger?
I was in the company of a dwarf. A friend, actually.
And what did this orc take from you?
You help me slay him, and you shall find out.
Oh, you're annoying. Just tell me now.
Rangers from the north are full.
It's gonna be his wife, isn't it?
And who are you to speak for a ruler of
Not the dwarf.
You must help me return
Yeah.
to Lothlorien and warn the Lady Galadriel
Don't
of the
judge.
Well, dwarf women look like men.
And
They still have the beards, you know. So it could be. It could be. We wouldn't know.
he's into that.
Himself.
Gondorian.
I'm not
My
judging.
map is in full course.
When you said earlier about, sorry, I was going to say when you said earlier about helping people realize they had this thing on
Yeah.
your stream, I also did the same thing. I think 2 people found out they were colorblind through my stream.
That happens.
Yeah, there was a certain type of enemy in Elden Ring. They're like, there's big giants in Elden Ring, and sometimes you see kind of like phantom versions of them where they're
Yeah.
like mostly white and kind of see-through, but they've got a bit of a yellowish tinge to them. And I said always like the yellow giant, and a couple of people in chat were like, that's a blue giant, and I was like,
Ah, yeah.
no, it isn't. That's a yellow one. And everyone in chat was like, that's definitely like yellow. It's definitely gold. You know,
Yeah.
and these couple of chatters were just having a meltdown. Like, wait,
As they just realized, yeah, it happens. Like,
they've just realized it.
So tell us, Ranger, what happened back there in the pass?
It was a bewitched fight, voices echoing down from the mountains. Then lightning struck all around us. The dwarf fought like one possessed, but a landslide carried him away. Before he fell, he gave me a map, presented to him by Elrond of Rivendell as a gift of friendship. But I could not withstand the dark powers that ruled the mountain that night. While I lay there burning, that Mordor orc ripped the map away and fled down the mountain. That map revealed the location of the secret entrance to a forgotten realm.
Moria.
Yes, the greatest city of the dwarves, whose location was lost during the Great Wars, and whose halls are rumored to still be stalked by a terrible monster.
And what of the dwarf?
If that map leads us to Moria's hidden gate, I expect we shall find him nearby. It would take more than a few goblins to stop that dwarf.
Exciting. I love how you have no idea what any of this means because you haven't seen the film.
nope.
I'm just here like, oh wow, amazing, and you're like, I don't know what any of this
I'm
means.
trying. I'm trying to follow along. I want to learn. Right, what you were saying about color blindness. An interesting note about
Oh,
why
why does it do that
there?
whenever you leave? Prayer?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Why there of all times? It's so strange.
Like you're suddenly
what is
playing
this?
Resident Evil.
Oh, it's
Oh.
telling us what we discovered earlier in the skill menu.
It's good that it's telling us that like over an hour into the game.
Yeah. Right, so color blindness. Something interesting I learned about that. Women's eyes and men's eyes work very differently in terms of color blindness, to the point that color blindness is unbelievably rare in women, but fairly common in men.
Yes, yeah, I have heard that before. I think the only people I've met who have been colorblind have been men.
I actually have a female friend who is colorblind. She has a very hard time telling blues and greens apart when they're next to each other.
Really?
It's
There's
not the
different
most
degrees
severe.
of it as well, isn't there? Yeah, yeah. Like some people can't see the color red like at all.
Yes, it's just black for them.
Black or brown. Yeah.
AP. Oh, this increases AP.
That means all of my Twitch overlays must look terrible to people who are colorblind on red.
Unequip all. No, have this elf stone. Give some AP. Sorry, I'm really fumbling my. Oh, he looks so bad in that helmet. I'm really fumbling my way around these menus. It doesn't quite control how you would think.
At least the
Oh
helmet
god, I
fits
even
him.
wear. Oh my god, with the blacked out eyes, I look like I'm like a nameless NPC guard from Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Oh wow, like no, I really do. I look like if you played like the old SNES Fire Emblems or the Game Boy Advance ones, this would be like the portrait for the generic soldiers who have like a spear and a shield. And they're kind of like stock grunts. That's exactly how they look. That's great. I went from looking like a main character to looking like an NPC.
Legit. I love how we brought up Fire Emblem on the SNES twice in one video that's not about Fire Emblem on the SNES.
We did. Wait, did we talk about Fire Emblem? Was that before we started recording?
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh yes, I probably cut a little bit of the Aphantasia talk earlier just because it was during a cutscene. But what we were saying was that your visual mental clarity is very good, very very photorealistic, and
Yeah.
that feels bad.
Why does it keep doing that? I hate it.
I'll give them credit. This is cool, but fuck, it doesn't control well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
My mum has a photographic memory. Back when she was in university, she went to university for ancient languages. She learned a few different ancient languages, and she had the cheat code of just being able to read dictionaries of it. And she has a photographic memory, so she could recite back that way.
That's amazing. I love though that she has a photographic memory that yet you can't recall things in that way. Like there's the two complete opposites there.
Yeah, it seems to not have a genetic... fuck me. That's not what I wanted to press. Yeah, it seems to not be a genetic thing. Okay, so I lower my speed by 1. But I gained some armor. I didn't see how much I gained. No, I do not know how much I gained. Whatever.
I think it was 2. Didn't it say 2?
Did it? 2 doesn't seem like much armor for losing 1 speed. I don't know if that was a good trade-off.
I think it said 2.
Cracked Elf Stone of Health Enhancement. I should probably equip that. I guess this guy needs it more than our main dude.
Yeah, he's not really hitting all that hard at the moment.
I did notice I have the ability to unequip these artifacts. So at least I can re-equip them on other people if I want. Oh, and they got the reverse shot and everything. I kind of like that.
Nice. I mean, it is pretty. I will give them that.
It's just it's slightly vomit-inducing.
It's a little bit.
Probably worse for you considering you're not controlling. So I'm just whipping the camera around.
I don't know if it's better or worse, to be honest. I don't know.
Defy Shadow File. I'm guessing that's like shadow resistance?
I'm guessing so, yeah. Which is good, because I think both you and the Ranger Man are weak to that.
I wonder if there's oh, okay. I wonder if there's like towns with shops and stuff and side quests.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think there will be any near this area because I think, as far as I can tell, I think you're near Isengard, and I don't think anyone really wants to be setting up shop near Isengard at the moment.
I love that walking stance. So dramatic. No, I haven't. You know, now that I think about it, I haven't like picked up money or anything.
No.
Maybe there are no shops.
Well, the thing is, if you are just following the Fellowship, as they're sort of making their way to Mordor, then you're not going to go through towns. You're not going to go through cities. It's too risky.
Well, if I follow them back to the pub.
No, it's funny because the Hobbits, when the Hobbits first set out, before they've met up with the rest of the Fellowship, they actually do go to a pub. And one of the Hobbits, despite them being told at the start, don't tell anyone who you are, don't give your name.
Yeah.
Stay out of sight. One of the Hobbits quite happily turns over the name of Frodo at the bar. And they have to flee. So yeah, going into pubs is not the best idea when you're carrying a cursed ring.
Our sword did the thing a couple times where it glows when I move it.
Oh no! I
Watch
didn't
when
see.
I turn, it sometimes goes green. Did you see it?
No, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy.
Yeah, I saw it. No, it did it again. I
Yeah,
see it.
it's like very occasional. Why is that so exciting?
I don't know.
It kind of is. Really? It's still nothing new? Chief, okay,
I'm
sword
wondering,
veteran.
like, I'm so confused because there are glowing swords in this universe when enemies are near, like when orcs or goblins are near. Frodo's sword, which he inherited from Bilbo.
Wow, that was really strong.
Okay, that did a scary amount of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, Frodo's sword, who he inherited from Bilbo, glows when orcs or goblins are nearby.
Oh, that's cool.
But your sword isn't consistently glowing. It's only glowing as a weird like visual glitch. So I don't know if it's just coincidence.
Yeah.
Like it would be cool if it glowed when you're about to run into like a pack of enemies like this or something. But
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, they're
I
hitting
don't know
way
if
harder.
that's what it's meant to do. Yeah, they are. This is a bit scary now. Oh, you can do your power thing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
power bar thing is full. How do you do it?
How do I... Perfect mode.
Perfect mode. There we go. Arrow volley.
Oh my god, that
From
damage!
Who is doing that?
I don't know, I called in the reinforcements and they did like 1,500 damage. Maybe I should have saved that for a boss fight.
Maybe.
That damage was crazy.
Yeah, that was like, what was it, like 1,000 or something a piece?
1,500.
Wild.